Good morning, everyone. I should be able to.
I think we can hear you. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. We're gonna adjust the sound for you, so it's okay
Yeah.
though.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered here on Treaty 6, traditional lands. It's my pleasure to join Premier Rachel Notley, Minister McLean, and my colleagues, MLA colleagues, David Shepard, MLA Thomas Dang, MLA Rod Loyola, MLA Heather Sweet, MLA Denise Wollard. And I'm pleased to be in the company of children, students, parents, advocates, and members of childcare community. I want to express my recognition and gratitude for the work the children childcare community has put into early childhood development. Our presence here today speaks to our commitment and dedication to brighter future for children. And this gives me a great deal of hope for the future of our province. We know that many families face challenges in finding accessible, affordable, quality childcare. But we are all here today because we share the belief that a strong childcare system can provide Alberta's children opportunities to succeed and thrive. It's up to us to support families and communities and make sure our children get the best possible start in life. We can create a more accessible system, one that will make a difference in the system that benefits more children, a system in which children can grow and learn. And that's why we are here today. We have an exciting announcement to share. We have an exciting announcement to share. I know they're already excited. On that note, I would like us all to offer a warm welcome to Premier Rachel Notley, who will tell us more about that. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that introduction, and thank you very much for that warm welcome. It's lovely to be here with such enthusiastic clappers. I think I can anticipate a long career trajectory for many of you, actually. Anyway, but I just want to begin by saying that it is wonderful to be here on Treaty 6 territory to talk about the future, specifically the future of our children and their ability to learn and to succeed. Last month, I unveiled Future Ready, our government's commitment to prepare Albertans for success in a changing economy now and years from now. We know that a good job begins with a good education, and we know that education is the cornerstone of a healthy economy. Under Future Ready, we are coordinating learning throughout a student's career, starting in the early grades and on through high school, post-secondary learning, and job training. And we recognize that early childhood experiences have an absolutely lasting impact. Those early learning years set the tone for students' belief that community action can support parents to nurture the potential in their children. Access to affordable, quality childcare options and community supports is part of that nurturing. So that's why our government made a promise in our election platform to create spaces in early learning and childcare on a $25 a day fee structure. So today I'm thrilled to announce that we are beginning work on that commitment. Under the Future Ready umbrella, our government is providing funding for 18 early learning and childcare centers that will create up to 1,000 new childcare spaces, up to 230 new childcare jobs province-wide, and economic security for parents entering the workforce. The importance of that last point cannot be underestimated. A family's economic situation can have a profound impact on young children and on their ability to learn. Investing in quality childcare can improve the developmental outcomes for children before they start school and while they're going to school. It's all part of helping our children become future ready. Programs in the 18 early learning and childcare centres will be flexible to accommodate, for instance, parents who work shift work. They will be easily accessible and in locations like hospitals or in other public buildings. And they will provide supports for children with diverse needs. Successful applicants will receive operating grants of up to $500,000 in the first year, with the potential to receive 2 more years of funding. The successful applicants will be announced early in 2017, and that's when we'll know which communities across Alberta that they'll be in. My hope is that we receive expressions of interest from many childcare providers across the province, so this pilot project will span urban and rural communities. I thank Human Services Minister Irfan Sabir for his leadership in making this initiative possible, given our government's tough fiscal realities. And also, Status of Women Minister Stephanie McLean knows how important childcare is to all parents, and her work on this has been invaluable. We know the need is great, and these centres are just a beginning. What we learn from the initial 18 will guide us on how to best develop a new childcare system. We want to show what a system could look like in terms of quality, access, and affordability. And we will be in a position to implement a universal maximum of $25 a day childcare as the province's finances permit. In the meantime, we will continue to support existing childcare centres. Funding will continue for childcare accreditation, wage enhancements for certified staff, and childcare subsidies for low-income families. Of course, there's also the Alberta Child Benefit, which supports the well-being of all children in lower-income families, helping parents to make ends meet and prepare their children for success. And the enhanced Alberta Family Employment Tax Credit will help more working families and many more families receive a larger benefit than before. We are ensuring that children and families have the resources that they need to thrive at home and in their communities. So in conclusion, I invite nonprofit organizations, including licensed child care programs and those participating in the licensing process, to apply to become one of the 18 early learning child care and centers. I invite them to help us chart a new path for early learning and child care that will give our children and help parents for MacEwan University students, many of whom are at the convocation ceremony starting in about 5 minutes. Congratulations to all of you. And for those graduates, give them a hand. And for those graduating from the Early Learning and Childcare program, keep in mind that this new initiative will require hundreds of workers all across the province. I encourage everyone to watch for the approved programs in 2017. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Premier Notley. This is probably my favorite announcement so far. I love all the sound of the children, and let them talk. Frankly, we talk above much more noise in the house on a daily basis. So I'm deeply honored to be here to announce such a significant investment. You have all just heard how a new model for childcare can have a major impact on kids, their ability to learn and become successful in life. I'm here to share how critical this investment is to improving the lives of mothers in Alberta. 1,000 affordable, high-quality childcare spaces will support working moms in our province. And Alberta needs more women in the labour force. As the boomers retire, we will notice gaps in our workforce. And as about 30% of women with children under 5 are not in the workforce at all, we have a significant talent pool to draw from. Nearly half of Alberta moms who work part-time say that they would work full-time if only they could afford the childcare. When childcare costs more than a mother's wages, the choice to work is taken away from her. Research shows women are more likely to turn down job opportunities or quit their jobs because of unpaid family responsibilities. For women who want to work but can't afford childcare, there are long-term losses. It means lost wages, lost promotions, lost pensionable hours. We already see too few women in corporate leadership roles or in senior leadership roles, women who don't realize a return on their education, and lower wages for Albertan women, lower than anywhere else in Canada. Studies show that when women have access to affordable, quality childcare, they continue to work, our economy grows, and women make more money. The bottom line is, when women succeed, families succeed, and our economy succeeds. Today's investment is an investment in our future and in Alberta's hard-working women. As the child of a single mom, I know that childcare was a top concern for our family, the first thing on my mom's mind. And as a new mom myself, I can tell you that finding childcare flexible enough for our family's needs has been a real struggle. As a government, we're working hard to build a childcare system that works for all working moms, and that includes offering part-time care, extended hours for shift workers, care located on-site or close to work, and care that actually supports families. This will be our top priority in choosing from the applications that come forward, with the goal of ensuring that moms and Alberta's families have the support they need to go to work. To talk more about this, I welcome Christy Lee to the podium to tell us about her experience as a working mom. Thank you.
I'm so honored to be asked to speak. I didn't script anything. I was told to speak from the heart, and I have a lot to say about this. I literally cried when I was told the details of this. I'm a registered nurse. I've been working in nursing for many years, but I was very humbled when I became a mother myself and had to make the decisions about childcare. I did experience postpartum depression when I put my child back in childcare, and I had been trained to understand the signs and symptoms of depression. And I was very fortunate to know what to do to take care of my family the way we need. But I work with young families. I'm a diabetes nurse. I work with families every day on the days that I do choose to work. So I hear the behind the doors stories of people's struggles. I hear many families who express the same struggles as a priority need for quality childcare, where they feel that they can release some of the stress of balancing all of the things that go with being a new parent. So I'm just so grateful to hear this, and I'm so grateful to be asked to come and speak. Thank you.
So we're running very tight for time, but we do have time for questions from media from the floor. Unfortunately, anybody on the phone, we're not going to have time to get your questions, so please just follow up with me directly.
What will this announcement do for moms who live in rural areas or outside major centers that won't have access to these facilities that we're talking about?
Well, in fact, the hope is that as the applications come in, we are certainly looking to ensure that rural areas are included in the list of successful applicants. And in fact, what we're looking at is the sort of criteria and the level of need and the socioeconomic criteria will ensure, I think, that rural areas and indeed communities that have high Indigenous populations will be successful. So it won't, of course, it won't cover all rural areas. This is a pilot project. We'd love for this to be an across-the-board thing, and we're not at that point now, but we will absolutely be ensuring that rural communities are part of the successful group, because we need to evaluate what works best for those rural communities as we move forward with this project.
Tell us a little bit about what parents qualify to.
Pardon me?
Tell us what parents qualify for this program, for their child's needs.
Well, the issue will be the qualification is really being done by way of the center itself, and then the idea is that it would be universal. So the centers are the ones that will apply for the grants, and then they will identify whether or not they meet some of the criteria that we have deemed to be important. This issue of flexibility, ensuring, of course, that $25 a day be the fee, looking at good high quality early learning programs, ensuring that they're working with well-trained staff, ensuring that they provide the kind of inclusive support for families that accommodates the needs of special needs children and culturally sensitive children. So these are the kinds of areas that we want to look at, the ones that are typically underserved, and then look at how we best do that and what models work best as we move forward.
Premier, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but do you have a timeline of when you'd like to see this across the province?
Well, you're quite right. I don't have a crystal ball. I mean, we'll see the first round in 2017, and we'll be moving forward in incremental steps that don't get us across the province in the immediate term. And it's one of those things that as the economy improves, this is and always has been a critical priority for our government. We see this matter as being something that builds community, also supports and grows the economy. And the research out there from other jurisdictions is really clear that this is a huge economic growth investment as well as a community support program. So as we will grow it. But you're quite right. I'm not going to give you a year or a time yet because we are, we have to look at and see how the pace at which the economy recovers.
Ranking your priorities before your term is up.
This mattered. Ensuring that we have a successful group of projects which lay out the roadmap for how to go forward with this kind of model is something that's really critical to us because as much as I would have wanted to move immediately on childcare, there's no question that this is a fundamental priority for our government because it has such a profound impact on women. I would families, the need be a priority, and there's always a reason to be distracted, but there's always a better reason to focus.
We have time for one more.
Demand for these 1,000 spaces is going to be quite high. Aren't you going to be, in a sense, be setting up a sort of a Cadillac version that a lot of parents are going to want to get into, but there's not going to be enough spaces for them? So what do you say to these people that are going to want to get in and there's not going to be room?
There is no question the demand for this will outstrip the capacity. The demand for childcare in Alberta already outstrips the capacity in many respects, or certainly the demand for affordable childcare. We're going to as we can, and we're going to make sure that what we do is well researched and thoughtful and well planned so that it's successful. So of course we would like to be able to offer it to every family that wants it, but we can't. We hope to be able to offer it primarily to those families who need it the most. And we certainly hope to build greater levels of support for this effort across the population as a whole so that we can move forward the way we'd like.
That's all we have time for. Thanks very much, folks. If there's follow-up questions, our participants are available.
Thank you.